This was your glass.
I must have
I
accidentally.
don't want your lipstick glass. I'll be pretty. But which one was mine? Was hard to get any out of it. Have you been drinking all mine? This is gonna be a good video. This one's empty.
You said yours are.
No, switch back. This is nothing in it. She's drinking both of our drinks prior to this video.
Has it felt like 32 nights to you?
No, it doesn't. So 32 nights, that's a whole month. It does not feel, we have been full timing for an entire month. Does not feel like that to me.
When you say full timing, okay, so full timing, we are living on the road in our fifth wheel all the time.
We left our house, we left our sticks and bricks, as they say in the biz. We left our sticks and bricks a little over 30 days ago. This is our recap of the last month. What have we done in our first full month, full time on the road? What have we learned? What have we experienced? What have we done?
We said goodbye, we cried, and here we are.
Did we?
Oh, all four of us cried.
I didn't cry.
Because we were all crying. You got teary-eyed.
I got choked up when my mother got choked up wishing us bye. But who's not going to get choked up? Hey, if your mother gets teared up telling you goodbye, are you not going to cry?
And everybody else in the car is crying.
Okay, then. Don't judge me.
Okay, so in those 32 days, things have broken.
Oh, have things broken. You always hear it, like people tell you, like your RVs, your first year, everything's going to break. And knock on wood, like most of the things that have broken on ours, they have not been, I just said it, I'm going to jinx myself.
Yes,
but they haven't,
there's no real
they
wood
haven't
to
been
knock.
major.
True.
There's been a few things that broke that were due to our own fault.
Oh, he's not pointing any fingers.
No,
Yeah.
I'm definitely pointing a finger. So anybody else out there, you homeschooling mothers that are looking to go full time, you can't bring 800 pounds worth of books and put them in a cabinet that's made out of cardboard. It doesn't work.
I did not know.
It was a disaster. Everything was broken. But I mean, to give credit, they don't build these things very well. It's the bottom of the shelf is put in with staples. So just be warned. It's not. These are not load bearing.
Yeah. Thought never crossed my mind that this was thin cardboard held up by staples.
The things you learn your first 30 days.
Yeah. So
we fixed it though. So went to Home Depot, got some plywood, had to buy a saw.
Did you buy a saw?
No, I had to buy a saw because I had to cut the plywood down.
It's your fault we're overweight.
My saw is not the reason we're overweight. We're overweight by this much. Just this much we're overweight.
The saw. We've used lots of glue, bring wood glue.
Yeah, all the trim just comes undone all the time. So just use, just
Glue,
tack that back
staples.
in, glue it, fix that up.
Get a hammer, whatever.
Let's see, early on, before we even left, I noticed the pump was not working very well. The water pump was not working very well. And it's because they put some type of flexible hose on the inlet of the pump. And so the pump was pumping so hard it would collapse the hose and just pinch the hose closed. So I replaced a lot of that flexible tubing with PEX piping. So that's just something. Well, it's just, it will not leak as bad from what I read.
So it hadn't been anything like we've been like without. However,
typical,
we did make the newbie mistake that we saw in many videos. The first night we had a cold shower and we were like, you had to have a cold shower and I had to have a cold shower, and it was just.
We thought there was a hot water heater problem.
Yeah, but it was just a newbie mistake that we had watched in videos.
So I don't know if this is common across all RVs or just Grand Design, but so in your water bay, in your outside water bay where you hook your water up, you have the outdoor shower. You've got basically a faucet out there that you can plug in a hose or something. You can't leave those open. So the problem we had is we had one of the attachments that you can turn off and on the end of the hose, and it was turned off, but the water faucets, the handles themselves were turned on, and that no bueno. That doesn't work. So apparently that mixes the hot and cold water together behind the panel. So once we figured that out, turn those off, we've been good. Haven't had any problems since then.
Okay, so things have broken. We have established that, but we have rolled with the punches. The first couple of weeks, we were constantly doing stuff. Corey was a trooper working during the day and
I know, she
fixing
doesn't let me
stuff
sleep. Like
and finding Home Depots.
Yeah, I have to do my regular job and other.
Fix the RV. I'm gonna give myself kudos.
Oh my. Hold up.
I drove the RV for the first time on the way that we're at now. I've never in my entire life pulled or towed anything. We drive a dually now, and so I finally got used to driving the dually, and he pulled out of our RV park, and we got on the highway we were going on. It was just an old state highway, not much traffic, and we literally stopped in the middle of the road, and I was like, what are you doing? And he's like, oh, you said you wanted to learn to drive. So we jumped out, and I actually drove through the city of St. Louis, and I'm gonna pat myself on the back. I had to sing a little song when there were some barriers on the side, and I refused to look at the side. I was like, I'm not gonna hit him. But after that, we found a rest area and pulled over, and he drove the rest of the way. But I towed for the first time. So
you towed for over an hour. It was over an hour.
2.5 hours probably.
Yeah, you did well.
So anyway.
You almost hit that curb in.
Hey, we're not going to talk about that. You would have almost did it too.
In St. Louis, coming out of St. Louis.
Yeah,
that curb was bad.
It was out of nowhere in the middle of
I wish I remember that exit. I would write a strongly worded letter to the city of St. Louis.
So,
what else have we done?
We have visited 2 science centers.
We?
All 4 of us can go if you want to.
But I didn't go.
But you didn't go. No. But we joined.
I have to work all the time.
Okay, so most of these places, me and the kids went. But I don't think he would have liked hanging out at the science center making bubbles anyway.
I love bubbles.
Or delivering the UPS packages.
Okay, no, not that. I love bubbles though.
Oh, okay. We have visited 2 farms, 1 dairy farm where we got to taste cheese and ice cream. We being me and the kids. On my birthday. So
I got to taste the cheese. The cheese
was
very
we
good.
bought cheese and brought cheese home. So
I didn't get any of the ice cream though. They sent me pictures of the
We
ice cream.
had to send him pictures because we tried to keep some in our little cups, but it kept melting, so we kept eating it, so it didn't make it home to him.
Aww.
It was delicious though.
Aww.
We went to a vegetable, it was a winery on one side. We didn't go to the winery because it was just me and the kids. I didn't take the kids to sample wine. And then we went to the
What kind of mother are you? You should tell people where these places are. You didn't look that up? You didn't do your research prior to this video? What city was it in?
So we went to the dairy farm in Greenville, Illinois. Okay. It was a Jersey cow dairy farm.
It started with an M. She got a shirt that says she cut the cheese.
It says I cut the cheese.
I hate that shirt.
He doesn't like it. The other farm was in Starlight, Indiana. It was Starlight, Indiana and Greenville, Illinois.
Okay.
There can only be so many farms in these little towns. We went to a circus, a real circus in a tent.
Under the big top.
Under the big top.
That
I don't know how to say it. Vernardos. He found this. Once again, he didn't go. He was at a work conference.
See, are you noticing a theme here? I hope you guys are picking up a theme.
He had fun at his conference. So, a real circus under a real big top. It was super cool. There was only 20 people. They do everything. They set up. They take down.
20 people that attended, or 20 people?
No, 20 people that's in charge of the circus. It's a real small town. Travel around, set up the big top, sell you cotton candy.
So I looked them up. The ringmaster used to be part of Ringling Brothers, Barnum and Bailey Circus.
I didn't realize that.
And they shut down. They closed up. They don't do circuses anymore. And so he started his own. He spent all his money and started this. So
it was
really
so
cool.
inspiring. At the end, he's there to inspire people. If you have a dream, you can make it happen. He's I dreamed I could do this. I wanted to do this. I started out small and look where I am. And let me tell you, no matter how small it was, we loved it. We loved it. And then in St. Louis, we went to the City Museum. Words He did get to go with us. He took the afternoon off.
The afternoon off. It's a very interactive museum. So there's no, like, when we went in and asked for a map, there's no map. Like, you just,
yeah, that's right.
explore and you're on your own. Like, you have to just go and experience it. Like, everything there can be, like, climbed through or touched, or, like, it's very unique.
There's nothing off limits. You don't have to tell to your kids, don't go in there, don't climb on that.
They are encouraged to do so.
Yeah. We went to Cheekwood Gardens in...
These are totally out of order, by the way.
Yes.
These are, I can tell you right now, these are in the order that my wife remembered them.
That's exactly
she's reading off a list.
I had to go and look at our calendar, our Google calendar, and say, okay, where were we and what did we do? And it's only been 30 days, y'all. Like, only 30 days, and I'm struggling processing and struggling to remember what we have done.
So what is Cheekwood Gardens?
It is like a botanical gardens. They had a couple of food trucks and food vendors, and then they were having live music, which they had to move the live music inside. But beautiful botanical gardens from what we could see, because it did. It stopped raining. Like, the rain let up about 30 minutes after we got there.
Yeah, it was perfect after the rain stopped.
So it wasn't so hot. I celebrated a birthday.
Happy birthday! Did you?
I did.
Oh, I didn't know.
I was like 21.
Okay. I'm not correcting you on that.
I've
been married a long time. I know that.
We were in Carlisle, Illinois on the lake, and it was beautiful. So we had a campfire, even though it was 90 degrees. We had a campfire, and he cooked for me, so that was nice. And now where we are now, I got to visit some friends. We have lots of friends where we are now. We're in Kansas City, and we have coworkers or previous coworkers, and so we're getting to see people that we know. This is our least favorite park that we've stayed at. It's just an RV park.
Yeah, so we're staying at the, in case anybody cares, we're staying at the Worlds of Fun RV Park, primarily because it was a park that got decent reviews close to Kansas City. The problem is we're not really amusement park people, and the water park's closed.
We're out of season.
And the pool is closed, and they don't allow bikes, and like, you can tell they've structured all their rules to force you to, but the only thing you can do here is go to the amusement park, and that's unavailable as well. So
yeah, it's only open on the weekends. So
there's just not a lot here to do for the kids. So
and it's just hot.
But to be said, we have been. I feel like we have been doing a lot of things. Like there's been a lot that we wanted to experience everything, and I needed a week that we could just like not have anything to do.
Right,
so this week has been kind of nice. Who else did we meet here? Oh, we're a little starstruck.
We are.
All right, so obviously it got too dark for us outside, so we had to move inside to let the camera be able to actually see us. So what were we saying, Laura?
We met Mark and Trish from KYD. Keep Your Daydream.
We're starstruck.
A lot.
Not even a little.
Not even a little. The kid, Kate,
we went total fanboy, didn't we?
We did.
Yeah.
We did. Kate was jumping up and down and like, where are they? Can we meet them?
Well, how did you meet them?
On the way over, the night before we left, I dreamed that we met Mark and Trish from Keep Your Daydream. And then on the way here, on the drive to where we are now, Kansas City, I told everybody in the car, I was like, I dreamed that we met Keep Your Daydream. Like the people, Mark and Trish. But I couldn't really remember the details of it, and it was just all kind of blurry, so I was just like, I dreamed this. Well, the day after we got here, I went for a run, and because they've had a video about the truck that they drive and the rig that they have and the dog that they have, I was running by, and I didn't have my glasses on, so things were a little bit fuzzy, but I was like, I'm pretty sure that is the Keep Your Daydream rig. I was like, oh my gosh! I just kept running.
So were they outside? Like, you just saw the rig? Like, you didn't see them?
I saw Caleb and the dog. I saw the dog first.
Everybody recognizes Caleb.
Or I saw the dog, because I didn't recognize, like I said, I didn't have my glasses on. I saw the furry dog, and when I saw the furry dog, I then looked at the truck, and then I looked at the rig, and then I saw the plates on the
Was
truck.
it one of those moments you're like,
But then I ran by and I could see their plates, and I saw where the plates were from, and I was like, it has to be them. Like, how could it not be them?
yeah.
So I kept running. I didn't like run over there and attack anybody. So I kept
Paparazzi, stalker.
And so then I came inside and I told the kids, and Kate like started jumping up and down, and even Lan and his cool.
Kate reminds us every Sunday that there's a new video gonna drop.
Yeah.
So
Anyway, we were all super excited, and later it actually turned out we didn't like go attack them. They went out for a walk, and maybe we might have acknowledged
we
them.
forcefully introduced ourselves. That's the kind way to put it.
Yeah, but they were super nice,
Very
and we
nice
loved them, and you should check out their channel because they're awesome, and they inspired us, and I wanted
They
them
were a
to
big
know.
reason that why we went full time. Like
Honestly, I can say that I'm not sure we would have had we not watched a lot of their videos. I don't know if I would have been so like, this is what I want to do. And the kids were like, they watched them and saw how cool it was. And
yeah, because originally when we brought the idea up, the kids were not so on board with leaving home and living in an RV. But as we got them to start watching some of the adventures and experiences that Mark and Trish do,
and some of the other,
they fell in line. Yeah, some of the other.
So anyway, we loved them, and they were super nice and super great, and didn't mind that we introduced ourselves on their alone time. And so staying here at this resort that has nothing to offer for the kids, Kate said it was totally worth it. We were totally meant to be here, and so that made this location worth it. And we're all still
we were where we needed to be when we needed to be.
That's
there.
right. And
so that's been our 30 days, the experiences that we've had the last 30 days.
we're still loving it. We're
Yeah.
still loving it. We're still not like ready to run home. So 30 days, 6 states, 7 locations, and we're ready to hit some more.
Yeah, let's do it.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.